speaking specifically to the Korean American community in Los Angeles because in LA we have the biggest concentration of Koreans outside of Korea. And we are an integral part of how this city.
Other minorities asking black people to show up and protest against ICE. Ask the Asians instead.
If you're an Asian creator that lives in LA and you don't say anything about what the fuck is going on in the city, fuck you. Stop recommending us Korean skincares while ICE is literally raiding an Asian mart right now.
I know I'm not going to get this 100% right, and I know there are going to be people who have shit to say about what I'm saying, and that's okay. But considering what's happening in LA right now, I have to just speak on how I've been feeling and the things I've been thinking the last couple days. But I was 16 years old in Los Angeles when the LA riots broke out, and that is a memory that is seared into my brain and into my memories forever. For as long as I live, I will never forget that time. It was so scary, and it was traumatizing, and it was so violent, and I will never forget how helpless I felt then. And I watched as our city basically caged Korean people and black people and brown people together in Koreatown, and people were killing each other and looting businesses and burned it to the ground. It was completely destroyed. My hope now is that 30 years later, and I'm speaking specifically to the Korean American community in Los Angeles because in LA we have the biggest concentration of Koreans outside of Korea. And we are an integral part of how this city works. And I really, really hope that in the last 30 plus years, I hope we've come to the understanding how intertwined our lives are with the black and brown communities of Los Angeles. These are the people that we stand with shoulder to shoulder every single day, side by side, working together. You know, these are the communities that we serve. And without these communities, especially here in LA, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We all have worked together for so long, so hard, and we've built and rebuilt something really amazing here, and you can see it in our streets. And I'm calling on you specifically because we have a chance, we have an opportunity now to show the world and show each other that we understand how symbiotically we live together. They are as much an integral part of our lives as we are of theirs. And if that just means sharing a story, if that means, making a video, if that means sharing information with your friends and neighbors on what they can do, what their rights are, I don't know, people are going to say whatever they're going to say about what I say, and that's okay. But that's how I feel, and that's what's been weighing heavily on my heart the last couple days.
Where the fuck are all the Asians? The thousands of Asians in LA either wanting to be an influencer in TikTok or are influencers on TikTok that have hundreds or tens of thousands or millions of followers. Like, you can't put down your fucking matcha for like literally 2 seconds and speak out about what's happening right now. I go on fucking TikTok, it's the same 4 like wonderful activist Asians on here. But then everybody else just still, regularly scheduled program, my outfit of the day, going to another fucking Korean barbecue restaurant. Like, the restaurant you're at is built on immigrants. This entire city is built on immigrants. Like, you went to fucking UC Irvine, you got your fucking marketing degree. I'm sure you took one humanities class, honey. Like, I promise you, if you just don't post one TikTok dance and you take 30 seconds to speak on children getting ripped away from an elementary school graduation, people being locked in the basement of federal buildings without food or water, the National Guard being deployed on your city. Like, I know that, like, shame doesn't work on you, like, nothing works on you because you had to create this shell, but, like, your $600 post that you're making for tummy tea is not going to save you here. You're scared of, like, your brand getting tainted, or, like, you won't be able to get brand deals. Like, with the rate that information suppression is going, like, you won't have TikTok to fucking sell your fucking boba-flavored protein powder on here. Like, you won't have the time, you won't have the platform to do so. Like, your parents or your grandparents came here for a better life, and then now that you have a better life, you've already fucking forgotten the context as to which you fucking exist in this realm. Like, you don't have to be a civil rights expert or an econ expert or a fucking, like, lawyer to understand that what is happening needs to be stood up against. Like, you are the people that are populating the capital right now. Like, you will be next. Like, with black folks, they weaponize the police. With brown folks, they weaponize immigration. With Asian folks, they weaponize legislation. So the clock is ticking, sweetie. The clock is TikTok in a way. I don't give a fuck if you feel awkward about speaking something, or I don't give a fuck if you're like, I'm sorry, I've never spoken about this before, or whatever. It's not too late. It's not too late. I promise to you, it's not too late to listen to that tiny voice in the back of your head. I've been on this fucking app for 2.5, almost 3 months. Well, that's all. But it's not that fucking hard. You open the app and you do the thing. You don't have to fucking edit it. You can just say it fucking non sequitur and just speak from your fucking tiny, shriveled, but beating heart. Please. I just fucking beg you.
Just in the Marine in Los Angeles, America's second largest city on the military front. This is another we want to talk about. Yes, the protest got violent. Riot broke out, property was destroyed, and the law enforcement lost control. But sending in Marine does not just ground control. I think it's a political message. The media will say this is about restoring order, but let's be honest, it's also about optics and power. Trump won this count. He did it. Because every burning street corner, every broken window becomes campaign footage. He's gonna say, this is what a Democrat city look like. This is what immigrants bring. Only I can bring order. This is classic playbook stuff. Then the thing spiral, then step in like savior. Create the conditions to collapse. Then campaign on being one to clean it up. In China, we're taught that social unity is built slowly through shared history, shared struggle. But in America, it's hard. Immigrant nation, fragmented identity, too many people pulling in different directions. When crisis hits, that lack of cohesion shows fast. Now LA is being held as the example of American collapse, and Trump is turning this collapse into a campaign fuel. Leave your thoughts here below. Like and share, follow me on Substack. Things like this is free. Thank you, Bell. Thanks.
So I'm making this TikTok, first of all, to express my disappointment at all of my fellow Asians for not speaking up about what's going on here in LA. And secondly, to encourage everyone to keep speaking up about what's happening here, whether you haven't already or haven't yet. LA has always been a very diverse city, and us Asians here have only recently been accepted, even though the stereotype is that we're all over the place down here and in the ocean and everything like that. But don't you all remember the Japanese internment camps? The hate that people were being shown during COVID? And don't forget the massacres that happened in major LA cities in the 1800s because of immigration and racism. Like, did we just suddenly forget that? Obviously, it's because a lot of our fellow Asians are believing in the model minority myths, and that makes them think that somehow they aren't a part of various minorities, or that they are white actually, or that they won't be oppressed at all. It's very easy for Asians to think that they are the exception to racism and to oppression and all of that. But there's something that I'm noticing about Asians and Latino communities, and it's that we're a lot more similar than we are different, obviously. Both of our communities work their asses off to provide for their families, and family is actually such a central part to both cultures, as well as respecting ancestors and honoring our culture and traditions. Like, honestly, all of the minorities should be uniting. We should be supporting each other. Like, I don't know why there's so much infighting or condemning each other or saying that we're staying home because it doesn't directly affect us. It's always like, I'm staying home because it doesn't affect me, or they start going out because someone that they know was affected. It shouldn't take someone that you personally know to be affected to stand up for something that's wrong. If you think about it and ask yourself, would I want this, or is this right? If this happens to someone that I know and the answer is no, then you should be talking about it, you should be acting on it, and you should be speaking up. And that's what I want to see from the Asian community. I've only seen a couple of creators talk about it, and I'm proud of them, but I'd like to see a lot more. We have to stand in solidarity together. And also, there's just so many other communities who I don't see talking about this. Influencers, you cannot profit off of Los Angeles and not defend the community that gives it its identity. Also, like, the fandoms, like, I know
right, but my thing is, why is everybody online asking where are the black people at? I heard this female say, where are the black people? They need to join us in LA to fight for human rights. Where are the black people at? So many other people of color. What do you mean, where are we at? I can tell you where we was. We were at the voting booth. That's where we were. We were in those streets just asking y'all to give us this one. Just side with us on this time, because what was coming was not going to be good for anyone. What my question is where the gingers at? They were just black last week. Come on, y'all. Where the gingers at? That's who you need to be calling upon. Where the other people at? Where the other people of color at? Just decided to take a break. And you can't guilt trip us into coming out in those streets, because we know if we come out in the streets, the whole game is going to change, baby. All the rules will be thrown out, and we will be the ones hurt. Here, in our beds, snuggled up, watching and praying. That's where we at.
I've been hearing about other minorities asking black people to show up and protest against ICE. Ask the Asians instead. Our shit's already being rocked. The working class ones are going to be targeted by ICE just like the Latino community. Hell, a bunch of us are already being deported and often to the wrong country. And then as for the richer ones, Trump has already banned all Chinese students from coming to the U.S. to study, and has banned all international students from coming to Harvard, which affects a whole lot of Asian international students. So anybody who looks Chinese, even if they're a U.S. citizen, is going to be affected by this. He's put several South Asian countries on the travel ban list. So yeah, brown Asians are going to be affected too. Anyway, our voting numbers look very similar to Latinos. Just over half of us voted for Kamala and the rest went for Trump. We couldn't just fucking listen to black people when they told us to vote for the black lady who wasn't going to take all our civil rights away. And now we want them to come save our asses when they're getting whooped. Also, have you maybe considered that the feds want black people to show up to the protests? Because then they have an excuse to escalate the violence. Then they have an excuse to call them riots. We saw what happened with the peaceful protests in 2020 after George Floyd was killed by a policeman. Also, if you've been paying any attention at all, black people have been showing up to support Latinos who are potentially being deported. Look at all the videos from Compton. Just type Compton in your search bar. So why don't we do this? Why don't we let black people make their own decisions? Stop expecting them to be your personal avengers. Mobilize the Asians. I know that if I'm in front of a cop at a protest, he's going to think twice about doing anything to me. He's not going to give me the same grace as a white person, but he's definitely going to give me more than he gives a black person. And if you can't go to a protest, just fucking say something, especially if you live in California. Asians, I know there's a lot of you over there. I was born in the Bay Area, so I feel like I should say something. Anyway, yeah, mobilize the Asians. Stay safe out there.
Okay, y'all, can we talk about what is happening in LA right now? What is happening isn't just another headline or another protest. This is real life. Families are being ripped apart. ICE raids are back in full force. The military has been deployed. They're mostly targeting working class families and neighborhoods. This is real and this is dangerous. And as an Asian American whose family came from Vietnam, this hits deep. Parents came to the U.S. with literally nothing except for the clothes on their back and hope. Worked hard, they stayed quiet, they followed the rule. Now I'm watching people who look like them, who look like us, who share the same dream, get treated like criminals. Simply existing. We say that all the time, but do we really mean it if it's not just the food, the fashion, or the culture? But what's been really hard to watch is the silence, and I have been guilty of this just because I couldn't find the right words to say or articulate how I'm feeling, but I'm doing that now. Favorite Dallas influencers love to post about Hispanic or Asian culture when it's trendy, but when things are happening like this to our people and their people, they're quite literally silent. Like how y'all's favorite Mexican restaurant has those tacos, those spicy margaritas that you love. Yeah, those communities are quite literally under attack right now. Not even a repost. Look, I'm not saying everyone needs to be an activist, but if you're profiting off of someone's culture, you better speak up when their people are in danger. This moment matters, not just for LA, not just for immigrants, but for who we are and what we choose to stand up for. So if you're watching this, I just want to say your voice matters, your attention matters. Even just learning what's going on, sharing it, and checking in on your friends, that matters. Because staying silent protects power. We were never meant to stay silent.
How the hell are you going to be Vietnamese American and think to yourself for even 1 second that Asians are not going to be caught up in all of this? Someone just told me that that was a conversation that they just had with another Vietnamese American, and I will not stand by that ignorance. First of all, it's insane to me that you have to feel directly affected in order to feel empathy for others. Over Memorial Day weekend, 160 community members were deported on a single
those who didn't care before, do you now? Do you understand now? They're in our backyard. It makes me indescribably angry, and I am not good with words. To know that Vietnamese Americans don't care about what's happening when our own community came here only 2 generations ago. I wish I could articulate my words better, but it's just time for people to wake the hell up and stop being ignorant.
Like, do you guys think Asians are safe? Sorry, I look ugly without makeup, but I have something to say. It honestly pisses me off how none of these Asian influencers are posting about what's happening right now, especially the ones in LA. Like, how could you be so tone deaf to make a get ready with me during this crisis that's going on right now? Like, do you guys think Asians are safe? Like, did you not forget that Trump encouraged Asian hate crimes during COVID? What's so disheartening is that the Asian and Latino communities are so intertwined in California, specifically the Bay Area, but you guys still choose to do nothing to help our fellow brothers and sisters. Our community is partially to blame why other people of color, non-Asian people of color, don't see us as fellow comrades. And this is not an excuse for others to generalize Asians and be like, oh, it's because all of them think they're white, blah blah blah, metal minority myth, blah blah blah. But I just really had to say something because it's been pissing me off. And like, so just one last note to the Asian LA influencers, or just Asian influencers in general. I assure you, if you lose that $200 fashion sponsorship for speaking up for human rights, that sponsorship wasn't worth it in the first place. So please, speak up.
I want to address about what is going on right now, about the ICE raids and the protests. As someone who is Chinese and born in LA, my parents came here as immigrants. I am also in a way impacted, which is why I'm making this video, so I can in a way help spread the word about these issues that are going on and not disregard what's happening. Unfortunately, ICE stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So what that means, the National Guards that are sent to go arrest immigrants in LA forcefully. But what's crazy is that LA is built upon immigrant communities. Everywhere you go, it's diverse. And people that are held custody and are taken away are people who have families and people years of work put into their life for supporting their family and seeking opportunities here in LA because it's known to be a place of freedom, a place of freedom of speech, and to show my support for the community in LA that are facing this issue right now and are dealing with the ICE raid that's happening right now. And I hope everyone stays safe, but thank you for watching.
So the Asian community, they are really affected with this ICE raid, with this protest that is happening right now. And so many people are asking the Asian influencers, the Korean communities, they are asking the influencers in LA to post videos about what exactly is happening. And they are just suggest, you know what, don't act like as if this situation is not going to affect you, but it is directly affecting your community. So please post something on your social media platform, because you have 1,000 and 1,000 of followers, or even others are having millions and millions of followers. So basically what is happening right now with the current administration, ICE raid is happening, and then there's a huge demonstration that is happening right now in LA. So there's this pushback between the federal police officers and of course against the protesters that is going on. And yes, it's a big thing that is happening, and of course people are covering this situation in America right now. So right now, Asian community, especially the Korean communities, the Latino communities, they're being affected, and they want people to talk about it. They want other minority communities to join them and talk about it. So some people are asking, where are the black communities? Where are they? Why aren't they joining forces with the Asian community and join this demonstration, and of course highlight this issue? But what people don't understand is the second most group that voted for these current administrations are the Latinos, are the Asian community. They're the ones who voted for this administration in huge numbers. So basically what these people did, especially the Asian community, is literally they voted against what's best for them. Because this current administration, they literally, during the campaign, they literally said this is what they will do. They are going to do mass deportation. Unfortunately, right now, what is happening is it's affecting both people who are here in America illegally and those who are in America who came through the back door. So who's to be blamed? Of course, the voters. If you know you voted for this current administration, you are directly to be blamed for this. Now is not the time to cast the blame from who did what, who did that, because right now people need to join forces and literally come up together and come up with ways how they can support the community, how they can support each other. It's true, the minority communities, that intertwine in one way or another, but the problem is the black communities, if they decide to join this demonstration, things are going to change. Things are going to change from a peaceful demonstration now and turn into chaotic situation, and that is the reality. And of course, in one of the video, one of the Asian in the video say that, you know what, let the black community stay at home, because if they join this demonstration, then things are going to turn into chaotic. Because the reality is, when the federal people, the police, when they see a black person, they usually retaliate violently, and that is the reality on the ground. So yes, the black people, they said they are going to sit this one out. They are at home peacefully just watching what is going on, because for a long time the black are the ones who told people during the campaign, like, let the Kamala Harris become the president of America, because if you vote for the current administration, this is what exactly is going to happen. It's going to affect your community directly, and that's basically what is happening right now. So let me know what you think about this video. Drop your comments. I'd love to hear from you guys, and please subscribe to my channel.